podcast about people making the world a better place.
Aight, yeah, aight, drop, aight. Ain't nothing changed in the ghetto. Stun up,
Hey,
yeah,
no.
pull up to the club now.
Mm.
Get
Yeah, they trying not to play my song. We on the podcast. All the ladies thing. Changed up. Man, y'all come check out my podcast. The link is in the bio. Come out, check the live podcast on YouTube right now. If you're trying to get a part of South by Southwest, stuff like that, man, come on in. I've got social media on right now, so if the people that's watching on social media right now, y'all can hit the link and get into the channel, man. Support your boy, man. The podcast is real, and Hello Hooray is here to stay. Shout out to the production team, Mojo, Rise, and Ted. You know what time it is, and everybody else included, man. All my co-hosts, all my supporters. Shout out to our sponsors, UPC, Pantheon, and more people out there that's just watching, man, that I can't even include everybody's name right now. I got people on Facebook that love me too, so you know what it is. But you know what time it is? It's Thursday. Every second with Cluren Williams. I appreciate y'all for being here with me today. I got a special guest here. We're gonna get ready to bring them in. She's one of the people who have been organized our last event, and actually our last show. We had one of the college students to be, on the show. Anthony was here, and a young man, a gray head on his shoulder, wise before his time. And so we have one of the developers of those children here. She's a teacher. She's here with us today, and we're gonna talk about a few things. Black excellence, right? We're gonna talk about what's really good in the hood. We're gonna talk about relationships, and then we're gonna talk about South by Southwest. Now, for y'all that don't know about South by Southwest, ain't heard about South by Southwest, ain't never been to a South by Southwest. It is the biggest live music event in the world. Austin, Texas, get ready. We're going to have about 2.5 million more people walking up and down these streets. If you got a business, it's time to get it in. If you ain't had no business and you've been wanting to start one, get on up off your rump, man. It's time to go bust a mother move. I'm telling you, man, if you do hair, you sell water bottles, anything, man, you're going to sell out. You're going to sell out if you get out there and you work. So, anyway, we're going to go on and keep it moving, man. You know what time it is. Every second with Cluren Williams. And that we got our guest in the back. Please bring on our guest, Ted. I want her up in here with me from day one. Already. How you doing, Miss Walker?
What's up? How are you?
All right. Now, I ain't going to just hog the stage because I got you on here and you represent Black excellence, and also you represent this feminine Black energy that I be needing on my show, you know what I'm saying, which is the strongest energy. So introduce yourself, let the world know who you are, what you do, and then we'll get right into how we're going to swing this thing on every second with Cluren Williams.
Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you for the opportunity to share. Hi, everyone. My name is Shante Walker. I am based here in Austin, Texas. I am an educator at Idea Montopolis College Prep. I teach students with special needs. I'm also the sponsor for a group called Black Student Alliance on campus as well, which is where Cluren and I got connected, and also an entrepreneur outside of that as well.
Oh, hold on. That ain't all you do now. I know you got something, you got more to just you, that right there. Now that's the professional you. Now I need to know what else going on. You know what I'm saying? That your mother, let me talk about the humanity. So let me talk about the regular stuff that you got to deal with every day that makes you the strong Black woman that everybody's flocking to. So let me hear a little bit about that too.
Yeah, so I am a single mom. I'm a single mom of two kids. I have two daughters, Taylin, who is 7, and Taryn, who's 5. And again, born and raised here. If some of y'all don't know, my older brothers are actually Chris McCutcheon, so CMC. I'm sure that name rings a bell to some of y'all. And then my
Shout out
other
Gutter.
brother is Lamar McCutcheon, as well as my older brother, and I have a younger sister named Asia.
So CMC, your brother, good friend of mine. We grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Gutter, shout out CMC Gutter out there, man. Still making moves, still doing your music. You know what I'm saying? Still living life, man. Uh, Great father, great person. The whole family, man. Your mother, everybody. I've been known very well for a second here. Now, we're gonna fast forward. You grown now. You got your own now. You got the babies. You know, you teaching babies. You educating them, you getting these kids ready for college. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I deal with high risk you people who about to get pregnant, maybe shot, but you dealing with kids that to go to school and further their education. And not to say nothing that is different or that the need is different. It's just that it's wonderful to work with you in both spaces. So, Black excellence, you represent that. What you're doing, the way that you're giving back in a tremendous way. What are some of the things that we can look forward to you with the program that you're running, and what kind of events do you guys got coming up in the near future, if any?
Yeah, absolutely. So, just to give you a little background, so I started the group Black Student Alliance back in 2016 at our campus. And if you don't know much about IDEA, a lot of the students there are predominantly Hispanic. And so, when I got there, I wanted to foster an environment for our Black kids that are not in those spaces as often. And one thing we wanted to do initially was expose our kids to HBCUs. A lot of the college prep that was going on was going to a lot of the predominantly white institutions, and we wanted our kids to be exposed to historically Black universities. And so, our first year, we were actually able to get kids. We got about 15 kids, 3 sponsors, and we flew out to Atlanta for a week. And some of the kids had never, ridden on a plane before. You have kids that have never been out of the state. And so being able to go to Spelman and Morehouse and, just give them the Black experience, but also see Black excellence at its highest. I mean, we know that, Atlanta, Georgia is like the Black Mecca, so to speak. And so being able just to go there and be exposed to a lot of Black professionalism was just the first step initially. And so as we continue to grow as an organization on campus, we talked about the last event we put on, which was a Black Student Alliance Expo, and the expo consisted of different vendors, Black-owned businesses that came. We had, pretty much a very small version of what Jump On It looks like, right? Bringing it to our campus of kids. And so in the near future, we are planning to expand. We want to expand to different IDEA schools as well, and bridge that gap between, Black students in different IDEA charter schools, but then eventually go out to other public schools as well as we get our kids ready for not only community service, but as leaders going into college.
Wow, wow. Now that's what I'm talking about. Getting in right there at the nitty gritty point of, a lot of kids at that age doing grown folk stuff, but they ain't grown. You know what I'm saying? They think they grown. They think they supposed to be making grown folk money, but they not. And so
Yep.
you hitting them right there in that real soft spot, man. That real transition spot. Not saying that's the only transition for us, but that is a very very important transition for us because I've been in that space too. And I was one of the people who wound up getting a girl pregnant and going to jail, not finishing school and excelling. And and things in a real small amount of time a lot of things can happen from that 10th to 12th grade years of high school, and a lot of decisions can be made, and it can be they can make and break them kids. But
Yep.
one thing I do know is your the, let me speak on something real quick. Now, how many of these Black students is actually in your program?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to consider how many kids we have on campus, as far as Black students on campus, I'd say roughly about, and if I'm like being real, like on the high side, if 30, and that's
30.
across middle and high school.
And that's
Uh,
how many kids all together, though. So we saying
yeah,
about 30, but
altogether, we're saying about maybe 1,000, a little over 1,000 kids.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And so you're taking about 30 kids out of 1,000 children, but you're educating 1,000 children on Black history and Black excellence, including the 30 kids. And how does that work? Like, do you hear anything from the other cultural kids? And how does that help them? How do they embrace that, knowing that they're not Black, but we're living in an urbanized time? We're not just westernized no more. We are urbanized. Everybody want to look like us. So how does that impact all the other cultures that's around you in this school?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you know as well as I do, we are the culture, right? I mean, they pick up off of what we do. And so, as I tell most of our kids, we have to make sure that we are exuding excellence because they look to us for what to do, what to look like, what to say, what to wear, how to wear your hair, how are you dressing. And so, I think for us initially, it was a lot of, let's just kind of share what we're doing. Let's stand on stage and let's parade ourselves. And so maybe they'll listen if they see it. But this year it was different. It was like, no, we need them to actually be exposed to different people. They see us every day, right? So let them get exposed to other people that are also exuding Black excellence as well. And so I think the feedback this year has been a little different because, of course, when you think of even just the pandemic, everyone wants to be more social, right? Everyone wants to be outside. Everyone wants to be around different people. And so I think this year allowed us to capitalize on that aspect, let them get outside of their comfort zone, see people that didn't look like them, but also appreciate what we had to offer, appreciate the swag that you're getting, the eyelashes that were sold to you, being able to ride a mechanical bull in front of your friends and just know that those are things that we do all the time when we go to jump on it on Wednesdays, right? Just bring a little bit of that culture back to our campus. And so in short, I think it just really it gave our kids the empowerment to be able to see that we can create change where we are now based on just this one event.
Now, how long have you been doing this program? I was with you with this first event. Now, I want to move past this about this event every second with Cluren Williams. I don't like staying stuck on one thing. So, but I do want you to kind of like give a description of how the event was, what it meant to you, for it to come together, whether it flourished. Do we have any intentions on keeping this going, and who should actually be doing it at their schools? And
Yeah.
so let me know about that.
Yeah. So, it, as I said before, initially, whenever we've had different types of events, it's been us putting the event on. And it's been like, all right, let's get all the kids together. Let's set the stage up. Who's going to decorate? Okay, you got a speech, and let's talk. But when you talk at people, they don't retain anything. We just putting on a show. And so it came about because one of our students, we had Akeem, which is our vice president. He said, well, Miss, I don't even think it's really working out. These kids ain't really saying much. And so Anthony is also our president. And he was like, well, we need to figure out something different. And so Akeem was like, well, let's do a fair. And so once Akeem was like, well, let's do a fair, I said, well, what does that look like? Right? Because one thing, Cluren, that I'm also wanting to instill in these kids is you also have to learn how to operate. You have to learn how to logistically put things together. You have to learn how to critically think. And that's one thing that is not in our schools, system these days. And so basically, once they wanted to do the fair, I told them, well, then put it together. What does it look like? Draw it out. And then I'll help you on the logistical end. And so Anthony came with, he said, hey, I have an uncle named Cluren, and I can hook you up with him because he runs Jump On It and kind of helps with all the vendors there. And I said, okay, bet. So Cluren and I, we got on multiple calls every week, trying to put it together. But the kids really buckled down and was like, this is what we want to do. Let's put the booths together. Let's logistically figure out how it's going to work. Let's put the schedule together. And so I was just there to facilitate. And so, but it came together beautifully. We had mechanical bull ride. We had an inflatable obstacle course. We had one of our teachers there that actually sold some lashes.
Hey,
We had Austin Parks and Rec. Cluren came out with his
I'm gonna get you
swag.
on the podcast
It
too.
was a lot of stuff. So it was really good for the kids.
It was good for me too, man. I loved it. I was embraced. One thing I always say is out of all the work that I do, all the community speeches, traveling the world to do motivational speeches, organizing protests, I done got into all out wars, protesting in the streets, and I done shut down prisons. I done talked and changed laws. man, I done put my voice in so many different reasons for our community, but I've never felt the way I feel when I'm around the youth. Man, they embrace us so much differently. It's so much pure, so much realer. You don't know if the embracement is real, not when you're in the field with adults. Yeah, they could be just really trying to hump on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't matter what people say is, handsome men deal with people trying to hump on them all the time too. So for all you ladies out there that just think that y'all the only ones that want to everybody want to hump on, let me tell you something, man. We go through it too. Real niggas try to get humped on all the time while we trying to work. And so it ain't nothing new out there. But all jokes aside, man, it's wonderful feeling. I love it. It's the most defined part of my work. It gives me the clarification and the faith to keep pushing and keep doing it. Because a lot of times what we're doing is going to go unseen. For one, in the school district is very private. You can't, show everybody what you're doing. That's why everybody getting this heat back now for most of the staff and stuff at these school districts, because they stay taking pictures and crap on TV with no damn face mask, and no and doing, and they making everybody else do it. So you just got to be real careful. But as you can see, some of the pictures, that was Anthony right there from our last show, and man, I appreciate it. It was great. It was amazing. And it wasn't even that long ago. You know what I'm saying? And so it feel like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Time just flies by so fast. But again, thank you, Ms. Walker, for coming on here. Thank you for being a part of my show. And every second with Cluren Williams, we dedicate our time to build brands, to build people up. A lot of teachers like you may not get highlighted as much, but I'm pretty sure that from the ones that you are supporting, the kids you are working with, I'm pretty sure they tell you how much they appreciate you every chance that they get. And then to be in that situation where you're identically outnumbered, like you don't really have a lot of people, so it could be easily shot down. The school say, hey man, you ain't got nothing but 4 black people graduating. What the hell you need an event for? Is you crazy, lady? We got 2,000 kids in here. And so, but they don't do you like that. They pull up and they rally behind you and they support you. And we need more systems built like that, because there's a lot of black teachers around going from district to district, and they do not get 20% of the support that you didn't got. You know what I'm saying? So just to let that be noticed. We got other guests that's gonna be on here, so I want to keep things rolling and stuff. Welcome my other guest on here, Victor. He's my co-host. If you got him back there, Ted, bring him in. We got some questions in the chat, and we got some people that's responding to. I think. I think that might be She said, "Proud of you, Shante, and thank you, Cluren, for your support." Okay, and she shouted at the, "What's up, BB? Victor Vinziant? I see you over there with your hair down. You know what I'm saying? Hair down, glasses on. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. You know what time it is."
Hey, what's going on, Shante? My name is Victor Vinziant. I'm the resident real estate investor, the published author on set, the UPC point of contact for vice president of operations. What else do I do? I'm a veteran, educator, author. Hey, I'm all it, businessman. So.
Already. Okay, so Victor Vinziant, he is also representing for UPC. Again, he is our voice of reason when we talking about the season of buying the block back and building up within our own community, man, and building in generational wealth, group economics, when it's good to get in and when it's good to get out.
Yeah.
So, and then we have another guest in backstage too, I believe. I think Julia's there she go. All right, now we got everybody on the front. Julia, please let everybody know who you are, what your specialties is, and why I always ask you to come through.
I think your mic is muted.
Boop. There we go. So, hello, everybody. My name is Julia, and I'm a local resident out here in Arca Heights, Texas. I'm a veteran. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm a sex therapist. I'm also an innovator of several new up-and-coming nonprofits. in the area that we'll be doing, and also a businesswoman out here as well, sharing out here, for everybody to see. I'm just an all around person, and I keep coming back because sometimes, I enjoy the dialogue, and it's a great thing to be able to advertise what I'm able to help do for our community. Already.
And again, the one thing that strike me out every time is the sex therapy. I don't know why, but for some reason, I just feel like I need some help. You know what I'm saying? I need some help. And then maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the people that I talk to. Because anytime I talk to an aggressive woman, for some reason, I find out that they celibate. And they always talking crazy. And I'm starting to feel like a part of that aggressiveness is because they ain't getting none. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. But you're a sex therapist, and we'll talk about that maybe another time. But I do need to know. It's just some stuff that's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? But again, thank you again, Julia. I appreciate you for making it. Anytime you come through and bless us with your knowledge and your presence and your energy, it's always good. And because I got two knuckleheads on here with me most of the time, and we like bulls and rams. We rather hit than talk. You know what I'm saying? So now we got time to talk, and we're gonna get right into it. So again, Miss Walker, if y'all don't know who she is, I hope y'all was in the backstage and y'all heard our conversation and what she does. She's an amazing person. She's an educator also. So now, when I talked to you, Julia, earlier this week, right? You said that you had some stuff on your mind. You had some stuff on your chest, and you came on here like you really had something still on your chest. Now I don't know why, but I got that type of. That's when you came on, your mic wasn't on. You were just talking going on. I'm like, do you know your mic ain't even on? And you seem like you've been ready to get something through you. So let me ask you, what is the most? What has hit you this week? What has become something that has been stuck in your mind that you need your people to know about, that we need to get and we need to address, because it's something that we can fix.
Okay. So how are we just leaving, since it's a lot, since we're all educators on here, and Shante, love what you were talking about your program. I think it's an excellent program. How we're leaving our educators out here to do majority of our jobs. We're sending our kids to school without even giving them any of the basic principles that they need to operate within the schools. Now, I'm a substitute. I do substitute because I felt like at that point in time in my life, it made more sense to take my education and my knowledge and start applying it to our children especially in our current system. I'm a Cluren, you work with a lot of the kids, these little hard knock kids and stuff like that. I choose to go to all of the schools that are considered the hood schools. I listen to some of the teachers, but I'm like, okay, parents, here's the thing. You want the teachers to do everything for you. People were mad, about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago that the kids were out of school. Well, what did you want the school district to do? Exactly. Because it was a, damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. If you just sent the kids to school, parents would have been complaining, oh, it's so dangerous. It's freezing cold. My baby going to be in there cold. Not sending the kids to school, So it's like, what exactly are we asking of our school districts? What are we asking of our teachers that we're not willing to put into our own selves? These kids, when I say that they, Lord Jesus, they're out of control, point blank. I'm considered the hood substitute because I have an entirely different approach, and how I choose to deal with the kids. Because sometimes I even ask the teachers, if your child is acting like this when I'm here, what are they doing when you're here? Like, there's no possible way you can be in here teaching these kids if I came in as a substitute and they thought that they were going to run over me, and then they find out, oh, that's not how that works. So one little girl was like, are substitutes allowed to cuss? I was like, I said what I said. Now who you want to go tell? Your mama, your daddy? What you want to do about it? Because I'll call them up for you and tell them exactly what I said.
Oh, Lord.
Look.
Well, I'm saying, you gotta remember that for a lot of parents, school ain't school, never been school. It been child care. That's what you get money for. That's what you go in there and ask the white people to help you with as soon as you have your baby. And Tyrone don't want to fuck with you no more. So soon as Tyrone leave, you ain't going to go get no schooling for your kid. You going to get child care. So from the day of the birth of that child been receiving child care. And so all the way up till it's old enough to go to school, because before they had Head Start, your ass wasn't gonna be able to put no 2-year-old, 3-year-old in no school and have them watch your baby all day. Now they can stuff the 2-year-old, 18-month-old babies into a real school. Why? It's a form of child care. The system has already enabled parents who take that route from the get-go. They never have a chance because they too busy wrestling with the job. See, the job the one is harassing them. It ain't the parents. Hell, if they had to go to work, you think they wouldn't mind staying at home watching their kids? It wouldn't be no big deal if this state would give you the pay when you have to take sick leave like any other state. If this state wasn't dogging out the workers and letting the companies dog out the workers, people wouldn't mind not having to go to work because it's too much ice. You know why? Because they still gonna get paid and it's not gonna go against them. Well, in this state, you don't get paid for being sick. You don't get paid for the earth crumbling under your ground, underneath your feet. You don't get that type of support. So now we asking these people who have been using child care to get a job, child care, so they don't have to go back and live with their grandmother and mama, because their mama and this 18-year-old mother ain't getting along. They stay arguing and fighting. The child care has been the only thing that they could count on, because ain't nobody helping them with the babies. So the pressure of the teachers, guess what? It's been there before they allowed us to go to school with white folks. It's always been there. We've always asked our teachers not to just be a teacher. Them the ones that's failing our kids anyway. That's going in there thinking that all they supposed to do is be here to, you is crazy. You are here to present a service. When you educate a child, why you think you got people dealing with autism or quote unquote really somebody hyperactive? Hell, I might as well be the teacher for that, because all the kids I ever seen my whole life been hyperactive. Ain't none of them just been sitting up there not want to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always about the front and center dilemma and what's going on in the frustration with the people who are dropping these kids off at the schools. It goes all the way back to the pressure and the pressure that they continue to put on black and brown bodies in this country. They make it almost impossible for you to react in any other manner. Now we disguise child care and everything else we trying to do because we trying to give our kids a quality of life. Hell, they go to jail for taking them out of that school that they in with you and send them to another school. They can't do that. Then they be sitting up in there getting ready to go to the penitentiary. So what can we do? We have to hit them where it hurt, and that's from the inside. We got to get right there where the people who got the right to write something off or make a phone call or push a damn button to make something change and put the pressure on them. It can't be the parents, because half of these parents are still babies themselves. Last time I checked, babies still having babies.
But does that still technically negate, regardless if babies are having babies, you know, people who've been having children at young ages and stuff like that, that still doesn't negate your responsibility. Okay, it doesn't negate your responsibility to still at least, I mean, like we understand the prisoner pipeline and the standing in line, hands behind your back, all that good stuff, especially when the young ladies did the poem, you know, that kind of, a lot of people picked up on the prison to pipeline from those young ladies, and it was an excellent poem. You know, but here's the thing again, regardless of what the system has set up for us, or, you know, we know it's been jacked since the 400 years that our ancestors touched the ground. We know it's been jacked since then. But at some point in time, we still have to empower ourselves. We still have to put it back into your own hands. My mom, and I mean, I'm 44. So my mother, yes, I went to, you know, she tried private school and, you know, eventually, you know, we just couldn't afford it anymore. And I ended up having to go to public school. But my mama just didn't leave everything to these teachers. You can't go and complain about what somebody's not doing if you are not willing to attempt it and try it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. You saying doesn't matter, right?
No, I didn't say it doesn't matter.
No, what I'm saying is, no, when you say that, yeah, you know, they're young, but, you know, at some point, you still not, it still hasn't rolled over that we're, okay, you got people not understanding that it does matter. It matters way more than we ever imagined. We as Black people have always looked at, just because these kids, you're not grown at 21. I'm sorry. Your brain ain't even fully developed, right? So at 22, 23, 24, you still not there. I know y'all think y'all there. I know that everybody think they triple OG once they hit 22. Baby, you got so much more life to live. I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing that the truth is you can't teach somebody something they don't know. We don't know the upbringing of these people. We don't know the household. We don't even know if they were even trained in that same manner. You know where you was trained in. You know what school you went to. Miss Walker, would you like to chime in? How do you feel about parents in that aspect? I say that I look deeper into it. That's what I say. I look deeper into it because I just refuse to accept that somebody knows better and doesn't do better. Maybe I'm naive, but I just don't understand why somebody would know how to train or do upbringing. They stopped teaching kids their phone numbers and addresses before I got grown. I know that damn much. So it ain't like they just stopped doing it this year. 10 years ago, they been stopped doing it. With my mama, they been stopped being country folks. They been wanting to be into the city with real AC. They been stopped wanting to tend to the land and raise the hogs and do all that shit that we had to do, whether you was girl or boy. The world and our culture ran from that in the 90s. I don't know if y'all remember that or not, but they took off from it. And they ain't went back since. That's why they don't know how to plant no damn food. That's why they don't know how to plant no flowers. That's why they got to go to the store and still buy water. That's why they still paying all these $400-500 electric bills. That's why they don't know nothing about writing off shit. That's why they only living off hand to mouth. They living like they from New York, and you in the state where we've been learning how to live off the land our whole life. People come from New York and all these other places, you know what they do? They go fishing. That's exotic for them. That's life to us. They come and they can see a big pond in their backyard and shit like that, and see the trees and feel the air and watch the coyote run by and the deer come and eat out their damn hand. That's some exotic shit to them. Guess what that is? That's life to us. People gotta look deeper, man, into
you're
what
not gonna talk about us city folk. I'll tell you that right now. So you're not gonna talk about us. You're not gonna talk about us city folk.
They say, man, don't nobody retire and leave from the north and I mean, you know, retire from a job period, no matter where they at, and move to New York. Don't nobody do that. He say, man, no, they coming to the side. And so my thing is, I just don't believe people have actual training that you may think they should have to actually give to their kids because they're not there. They're stuck in their phones. They're stuck doing this. They're stuck doing that. You know, and they got caught up in what we call the norm now.
People that if I can chime in though, like there is a level of responsibility because I'm hearing what you're saying, Drew. Like there is a level of responsibility. Like you do have a kid. Right now, I know, you know, we can tell them like, oh, well, you young, whatever, but you do have to own the responsibility that you have a child. And so if I'm a teacher at your child's school, it is your responsibility to get in contact with me and at least have some type of partnership because I'm here to help your child. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of times, a lot of these parents are against the teachers. And it's like, I'm with your kid 8 hours a day. I probably know your kid better than you do. You know what I'm saying? So the least you can do is partner with me on how to help your child because I am the one that's there with them most often. So that is a level of responsibility that parents do have as it pertains to their kid. Now, I'm not asking for you to like bow down to me and I'm like, you know, whatever the case may be. But if I am here trying to reach out to you on, you know, on behalf of your child, then partner with me on that. Like, don't let it be a thing where we on a struggle bus because it's like, oh, well, I'm trying to reach out to Cluren about his kid, but he don't want to hear it because he's too tired. That's not my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is your responsibility as a parent. But I also think, as you said, it does have to be an infiltration. You know, you infiltrate the system, you see what works and see what doesn't work. You know that the system wasn't created for us, so we go create our own, right? We see what we are doing in these school systems, and now we can take from what they've done well, what they have not done well, and we go create our own system. We do bring the financial literacy back into the schools. We do bring, you know, the cursive back into school, all the things, the taxes, all the things that they're not willing to teach us because they don't want us to get ahead. We have to do that ourselves because we're equipped to do that. So that's just a little bit of my perspective.
Already, and I appreciate that, because that's why I got y'all on here to kind of like give us a little bit more insight, and we're gonna keep it rolling. You know what time it is? UPC section, man, buying the block back, being black, and trying to get back what's ours. You know what I'm saying? America is for sale. Again, I'm telling y'all, America is for sale. So this is the man right here with the master plan, and we're gonna get right into it. Just a little bit of real estate, man, and what we want to do. We like to drop these nuggets off and get it out there. Let us know about this Urban Power Connection UPC shit going on, Victor Vinziant.
Hey, so it's 2022. This is like the year proving everything, and we out for the bag. So in 2022, UPC has quite a few different things that they're running up on internally, in terms of like investors and who's going to contribute to the next phase of our operations. So where we are right now, we're getting ready to set up for a block party, as our annual block party that takes place in March. It'll be down in the 401. We've already purchased quite a few different plots of land in the area, and we're going to start pouring slabs and stuff in the future to attract investors to bring their money to the downtown 401 area so we can stake our claim in it, because real estate is part of a fight for Black people in terms of trying to establish group economics and economically insulate ourselves from third-party entities for government overreach as much as we can in general. Knowing that it is a fight is the key piece in understanding why we fight for the terrain that we fight for in our own communities. If we're going to have the problems and get all of the blame, then we need to own all of the land. So that's our goal. That's how we reclaim our narrative, and that's our start point.
I already appreciate that, Mr. Victor Vinziant. Now back to you, Miss Walker. My next question for you, every second, with Cluren Williams. Thank you guys, everybody in the audience. Y'all make sure y'all share the feed, get people to get involved, man, and push the word. Like again, like I said, we're all about building brands. So my question to you, Miss Walker, is I always ask my guests is, what is something that you can leave the people with that you use yourself to keep you through hard times, tragic times, the day-to-day obstacles, or dealing with some of the frustrations that come with your position? What are you saying to yourself? What are you using? What is a phrase or maybe a word? I always give people an option. They can come up with one word, a philosophy, or a phrase that somebody, grandparents gave them, wherever it came from. But what do you use with you?
Yeah, I would say relationships. It's the biggest thing. If I can expand on that, relationships to me means, you know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so when it comes to our kids, we have to build a relationship with them in order for them to know that they can trust us with leading their lives, because they are our future. And so that is one thing that I live by every day, is that I want my kids to know that they can trust me, that I care about them and their well-being, so that I can continue to pour good mindset into them as they continue on with their lives.
I ain't heard that one. You special, lady. Tell you. I ain't heard that one. I done had 2 seasons of shows. I ain't never heard nobody say that. I like that. Real gifted, real smooth. Julia, what about you? What you taking with you? What's helping you get through the week with some of these people dropping off their badass kids?
It's not the badass kids, but basically, all storms don't last forever. No matter how bleak and dark it may be, hurricanes only last for so long. They only have so much strength. So you therefore have to remain steadfast yourself. No matter how bad it looks, no matter how bad it's getting, you still have to remain steadfast within yourself. Take that with you and stop going and applying everything as if it's the end of the world. I always say, you know what? The last thing I'm going to do is let me fight myself. If I have to leave this world, it'll be because the Lord took me himself, not because I defeated myself, because I let this storm come through here, tear me up, wear me out, and everything else. And you know, we understand it 9 times out of 10, most of the storms that we have are self-induced. They're self-induced storms. So the last thing I'm going to do is let some self-induced storm come through and take me off, you know, take me out. And that's in any capacity. It just doesn't mean, you know, in a finality of death. You know, it's just in any capacity. So explaining to these kids also, your home life or personal life may not be that great or something like that. So either way it goes, you still have to stand strong. You still have to be the last person standing, no matter what.
Already. Okay, Victor, I know you got some things on your mind, man. Let me hit the heart of a warrior, man. What you taking with you right now, man? What you playing in your head? What's going on in your head, man, to help you get through some of these tough times, bro?
Leadership is the only thing that fuses relationships. It fuses the things that Julie discussed, you know, and recognizing what you can control and what you can't, and stepping in the energy of leadership forces you to become the leader that you lacked. That's just the bottom line. Like we've got everything documented that we need to see documented from previous leaders that have lived and died and given us all of the information that we need to know. There's been plenty of intelligent, you know, voices that have been able to speak to us from the grave, you know what I'm saying, that have left the fingerprints on our own future, you know what I'm saying, and it just requires us to participate, follow the example that was left behind, and then apply it to what we got right now. We have more technology, you know, to get a message out over the widest frequencies, but you know, we have to find a way to create the obligation to do that. And I think everybody knows the same thing. So like now at this stage, we need more leaders than people spectate. So leadership requires you to do something. It requires action in order for it to be validated as leadership.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't know what Ted doing, my producer. I think he said something about he's about to go clean his feet, something like that. I don't know what you're doing, Ted, but he about to leave for a second, and I wanted him to play some of the things I had for South by Southwest. I had some flyers and stuff I wanted to get out there. I just sent to him, so I might not be able to show him. But if you've never heard of South by Southwest, you put a big old S, big old X, another big old S, and then a big old W. And you put that in your Google, and it's just gonna pop right on up, man. And you can see that it's one of the biggest, no, not one of the big, it is the biggest live music event in the world. It is so big that you're gonna be for sure coming back with corona. Okay. Somebody's gonna come back sick. That's how big it's gonna be. It's gonna be too many people out there. So if you're gonna play loaded, like it ain't real, corona ain't real, you Billy Badass, your immune system is extraordinary, you an alien, you swim with the fishes, you dive with the sharks, and can't nobody fuck with you. Well, you coming back sick, partner. If you're gonna come to South by Southwest, you're gonna enjoy yourself. Please be safe. That's all I'll tell you, man. Just be safe, man. Be clean. Clean your damn hands and use your mask, bro. Because you don't want to enjoy yourself and then wind up killing your whole household from a 1 week fling. Okay. But outside of that, let me holler at all the artists out there, all the rappers and all the trappers and the ones that act like they do it and just want everybody to get hip to it. Holler at me, all you gang banging, dope slanging, gun toting cowboys, all you strippers and dippers and booty flippers. Hey man, South by Southwest is here to stay. Victor, like that. South by Southwest is here to stay.
King of the Ratchet is spoken. Lord of the Ratchet is in the building.
I got a platform for you, man. Hey, if you ain't got nowhere to do home your craft, for instance, South by Southwest doesn't give really opportunity to young adults, young people, to youth. I'm throwing a team summit. I'm throwing a rip the mic. So I'm actually producing a platform that's going to get artists in there. If you haven't been accepted by Southwest right now, it's clear to say that you won't be accepted and you probably never will. So keep my number, not for just this year, but for every year, you're going to probably need to get in on South by Southwest because they playing games and they real strict. So what we do as a community, we use the leverage and the history and the power that we got, and we give the platform back to the people. We say, hey, man, no reason why 2 million people should be able to come down to Austin and only 200 of them perform. That's crazy. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to make sure that this is a even playing field. We got room for everybody. If you are not on the showcase, contact me. I got March 16th through March 19th. We'll have plenty of fun, plenty of vendors, food trucks. You'll see all kind of exotic B-list and A-list artists. Man, we're going to have comedians, professional ball players. We're going to have everybody in the building because they want to be around the king of the ratchet. Okay, they want to come down and they want to have a good time and they don't want nobody to be running them off because they want to chill. So if you want to get in part of South by Southwest, holler at me right now, man. Get this message, get to me. If you're a vendor, food trucks, whatever, you trying to set up, do business, do some black business, do business, period, no matter what color you are, holler at me. If you live band, R&B, gospel, hip-hop, if you can skip, dance, jump, and chew bubble gum, holler at me, man. I got you for South by Southwest. That's for sure. Again, I thank all my guests for being here. Y'all know how much it is. I appreciate y'all for the support. I heard that we got a lot of people actually watching, but they ain't commenting. I read a couple of comments. Ms. Walker, your mom told you she proud of you. She proud of her baby. You know what I'm saying? And Victor, somebody told me to tell you, man, you fell asleep and you need to wake up. And you need to throw some water on your face. Right, I don't even know how that happened, but that's just what they told me to tell you.
I was putting the word out. You know what I'm saying?
That's like, what they told me to tell you.
Russell, hey, hating ass people.
Julia, do you got any events coming up?
I have to check. I know I've got some softball tournaments that are coming up. But for the March 16th through the 19th, I'm pretty sure we have a tournament on that particular weekend, but I can pick and choose what I want to go to.
Oh, well, if you got people, friends, right, that's in business, that got vendors, pop-up shops, they might have kid artists, we don't know, just get the word out there. You'd be surprised who need that type of support, and they'll really love you for that. So, like, again, all you guys represent Black excellence. I'm thankful for y'all being here. We have a little bit of news. I really don't get into it, but I guess the biggest news right now we got in the world is these Russians going into Ukraine. And the Russians already told old ass Joe Biden, if he keep on talking, it's gonna be some consequences and repercussions, man. They not playing, they not scared of America, none of that. They running up in there, and ain't nobody gonna tell them what they can and what they can't do. When you're talking about foreign assets, foreign war, foreign battle, foreign conversations, I don't even give a damn. I feel like I'm in Ukraine any damn way, or Russia any damn way, because I can't walk around black. I can't buy Skittles black. I can't buy a baseball cap black. I can't drive a black Cadillac. Hell, I can't do shit in black unless I'm going to be treated as a terrorist. So to me, most of the time when I hear about things that's going on overseas and the wars, I just look right down the street or across the street and I say, well, shit, they still got old boy laying out there from last night. Oh man, look at little buddy, he just stabbed his girl and his kids. He done lost his mind. Hell, if you ask me, we're at war right here every day with the people that look just like us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really haven't too much to say about that. I hope at some point, man, we can stop having to go to war because none of us has benefited from it. Me as a black person, none of my people have benefited from this country going to war, sending my people to war. And y'all so damn smart and got all this money. Why y'all sending people to fight your battles anyway? Send them damn drones. Send all them damn billy cats and goats y'all been multiplying and making and goddamn breeding and shit without using sperm. Hell, y'all got 100,000 women pregnant this year and ain't nobody had sex. Use the motherfucking babies that's coming out of them. Hell, they ain't real anyway for all I know. We don't know what y'all had. Hell, you ain't got to have sex. Last time I checked, I came out of somebody's uterus. You came out of somebody's uterus. She came out of, everybody came and slid up out of somebody's vagina. Now, and I don't care if y'all ain't never seen y'all daddy. You know goddamn well you had one. You know that. Now we moving on to a new era where, hell, you just blow on the motherfucker, they get pregnant. If that's the case, well, send them people kids out there. Quit sending the ones from the 80s, 70s, 60s, and the 90s. We know they real people. So before we go, again, this is Every Second with Cluren Williams. We got a couple of more things right here on the side. We got some questions. Miss Walker, when you gonna take me home? I'm one of your closer to being. I'm 1 year closer to being homeless. I don't know who that is, but I just told this one chick. She was like, well, the dude made a meme on social media. He was like, all these girls in this group really selling cat. And she was like, well, all the dudes that are in this group, I always need somewhere to stay. And I was like, oh, shit. I don't know what you talking about. Now, one thing is funny to me is when you had a battle of the sexes. Because the battle of the sexes conversation is just, it's super petty. But I had to get petty for a second. Now, so I asked, I said, why do you think all the men out here wanna mess with you so they can have a place to live? I'm like, you gotta hold yourself accountable for humping on the homeless. You can't sit there and put that on everybody, every man that come up to you. We need a place to. Are you crazy? No, you the one give it away to the homeless. So you the one deal with them people who want to stay. We've been told y'all stop feeding stray cats, stray dogs, stray people. You bring stray men in your house, guess what you're asking for? They don't want to leave, man. Who gonna want to leave a nice piece of good food and you know that? Nobody want to leave that. You know what I'm saying? So, but somebody said they want you to, they about to be homeless. They need you to take them with you, Miss Walker, and they gonna stay with you. But be wise and be careful. You have been pre-warned. There are repercussions that come with humping on the homeless. So if you get the humping on the homeless, not only is you a school teacher and you got people looking up to you, it might fuck your whole bank account up. So another question is, Ms. Walker, is there any students you have a special relationship that used to be or is still in the BSA? Ms. Walker.
So all of this is coming from my kids. That's why they being real funny right now. The pettiness level is high. But that's what I mean by relationships, you know, just to know that they're on here, just to support me, you know, is amazing. And yes, just to humor them. So I have Gracie, Tracy, Abriana, Anthony Stevens. I mean, these are students that I have grown a relationship with. And to be honest with you, I mean, these students call me mom, you know, and it's not a title that, you know, I'm just taking on because I feel like it, but they don't have moms in their lives, you know, or active parents in their lives to some extent. And so just to know that these students look at me as that person in their life is humbling, to say the least. And I mean, they know, you know, if push come to shove and baby, you need a place to stay, come on over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you, I'm here. But that's only for a select few kids, Julia. You know, I don't mess with everybody now.
Well, Tracy, you one of them kids, so I see you right here. Tracy Coleman. She said, "Tell Miss Walker I love her from one of her BSA students." You know they doing that like that in the background. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so shout out to the BSA. Shout out Tracy. She's on there. And okay, now your mama laughing because I said not humping on the homeless. But she know I ain't lying. It's repercussions come from humping on the homeless. And then on top of that, Julia, you can vouch for me, right? You're a sex therapist. What'll happen when you hump on the homeless?
Don't be throwing me in the mix of your fray. No, sir. No, sir. You came up with all of that on your own. Okay.
I'm telling you now.
But however,
well,
I have to agree with you.
I'm not saying.
I have to agree with you that yes, when you get to humping on the homeless, male or female, you know, and you get to attracting, you know, you got to be careful what your lower body parts tend to attract. You know, if you're attracting trash, you might want to check yourself because you probably trash. I'm just gonna say it. You know, everybody, I'm attracted trash. Well, you might want to. He was trash.
What if you wind up homeless because your house got in a fire, or some tragedy happen, like why do we assume homeless is deadbeat? Why do we assume homeless is bum? Why do we assume homeless is mental health? Even though some of these and most of these things are associated with homelessness, but why do we automatically do that? Like I got people feeding the homeless in Austin, and they're running up to people and they're already dead. And then you see the officers on the news, you see them on TV, they're making more homeless people move out the camp and out of the sight instead of helping this dead homeless woman. We got people who going in feeding, giving them clothes, essentials all the time, and they are all homeless. And then, but we're surprised that a lot of these homeless people still got jobs, still got families they're trying to feed, you know, and things like that. So, you know, one thing I will say though, all jokes aside, the homeless situation in Austin, Texas is ridiculous. It is the true nature of the vision of the city and how they feel about their people in the city, about the community. They do not care. Why? Because most of the homeless population is Black and Mexican. Hell, there ain't no white people that's like that that's homeless. That's be real. That's the numbers. That's not me. That's the numbers, not me. So, you know, I just want to say, you know, we have to fix that. We got to do that. We got to change that. Again, I appreciate everybody for being on here. We got a lot more stuff to talk about, Julia. I swear, I got to get you on here more often. You know that. But we always be on the time limit. And then I had a special guest.
How you gonna send it to me late? You gonna send it to me?
It was my producer. He was late.
Yeah, okay, then don't put that on me, sir, because I was waiting on the back call.
Ted. Okay,
I was waiting on the back call. But Cluren, I do want to.
Your daughter
I do
on
want to
here,
say
Julia,
one thing.
she look like you. I can see right there. I can't even see her that good, but your daughter on here, she said hi, mama. Cause it look like you. Last name Taylor.
That ain't mine.
No. Somebody said hi, mama.
That's my
hi,
sister.
Baby girl.
We having a whole conversation.
I'm not the pappy boss.
Okay, she might be on somebody else's thing. Somebody's daughter's
but
on
I claim you. Hi, baby.
That's my
hi,
sister.
Baby.
That's my sister, Cluren.
Oh, okay, because they said hi, mama. I know it ain't me and Vic.
She's talking to my mom in the chat that they having a whole conversation. Anyways, Julia, go ahead on.
Oh, okay. But again, every second with Cluren Williams, I'm sorry about this. We running out of time. So before I get ready to go, I got a couple questions though. I want to know from my guests. Real quick, Miss Walker, who is your favorite football team?
Wow, college or
both, college and NFL.
Yeah, you gotta go to Alabama. That's my. Yeah, I know. Y'all be all right. I don't care.
Oh man, like out of all 100,000 schools, you said Alabama.
Well, your nephew is finna go to Alabama, so I mean, you may want to rethink that.
Look, he like that. Victor like that because it's either, you know, I'm a Longhorn, so we get to play y'all September 9th in Austin, Texas. If you from Austin, be there at that game because I'm gonna be there. Thank you. Okay, so again, Ms. Walker, thank you so much for coming. Julia, thank you again for gracing us with the show. BBs, I see you, baby, in the house. I'm gonna get ready to make my closing remarks. And thank my guests. As you can see, man, we had a lot of people finally interacting. But I'm gonna bring you back, Ms. Walker. Matter of fact, we're gonna do something where we get a little contest going. I challenge you, guys. Get your class involved. Let them, you know, let's do something for them. Get them an interview on the podcast. Set them up to do something, you know, and pitch in, and do something good for this before the school year go out. I love to do something else and partner up with you guys to do something else. And thank y'all again so much for being here. Y'all be blessed. So now before I get ready to go, to all my viewers out there, every second with Cluren Williams, I want to thank y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna give you my little jewels and stuff I'm gonna drop. Now I heard a few things that inspired me to go out with my message. I heard about relationships. I heard about the way that it was presented to me. I never heard it about that before. So it also reminded me about how important building relationships are. And so for those out there who believe that they would rather have material things over relationships, that they would rather have a job description over a relationship, whether they would have some pork over a relationship, whether they would rather travel, whether they would rather make more money, whether they would do something, buy more jewelry, get body sculpture. I see a lot of women, spending all the money they getting this year back into their body and their teeth, and their eyes, and their nose, and their mouth. If you think that keeping up with the Joneses, fitting in, having that look is more important than the relationships. We heard from teachers today. We heard from community leaders. We heard from men that's in real estate. And I heard one thing from everybody, that they're focusing on helping our youth and our people, and we're not focusing on that relationship that we should have before they're introduced to the ones we care about. Our children, our women, our brothers, and I'm talking to you women, your man. It has to be important to you. If you're going to continue, ladies, and I'm just being serious, if you're going to continue to not even acknowledge that your man has a need, he wants a certain thing, or he has a goal, a dream, and you don't even want to acknowledge that, you're going to continue going through relationship after relationship. Make the relationships that you have important to you. Be obligated to something. Everybody is so quick to run and get out of something. Oh, that's why I didn't want to get married in the first place. Oh, that's why I didn't want to sign a contract in the first place. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. You're going to say something crazy. I ain't fucking with you. And cut them off. You think that you got the right to disdain, cut off, remove at every second in everything you do. Build that relationship, because when you die, that's the only thing you'll be able to take with you in your memory. Yeah, you'll remember how that relationship was, your caretakers, how they used to kiss you on your forehead, how did they smell, how did they, when somebody dies, you remember all that. I remember how my daughter used to smell. I remember how my wife used to smell. I remember her kiss. I remember her embrace. I remember those things. And why? Because that's what building relationships does. That's how you wind up being a person that moves from legendary to somebody that will be immortal. Because those people decided that the relationships that they built were that you were worth the world knowing about. Martin Luther King's wife made sure we had him MLK Street everywhere. Made sure he had a day. These things weren't guaranteed. He died the most hated man in America. These are things that people decided to do because the relationships that they built with those individuals were far important than their mistakes, than the things that they've done that they found out that they didn't even know they did. If the man did dope, if he cheated, if he liked to gamble, all that mess can get you torn down and don't nobody want to know who he is and be disgraced. But certain people can have a relationship with you, and they'll look the world in the face and say, you can call him a dope fiend, you can call him a liar, you can call him a womanizer, a cheater, beat up on women. But I'm going to tell you who he really is. You're going to respect him and you're going to love him because I built a relationship with that man. I built a relationship with that woman. Y'all never took the time to build a relationship with them. All you seen was the mistakes. Yeah, you seen the wins and the losses, but you never built a relationship. And that's what we got to do in our community, in our schools, in our churches, with our youth, with our family. Get back in there and build those relationships that have been torn down. Quit running thinking that you can always go to God, but you don't want to go apologize to that man. You don't want to apologize to that woman. Stop in your breaks, man. Build that relationship, because it is impossible to love a God that you have never seen. You see what I'm saying? And not love a brother that you see every day. These people with you every day, y'all. You can touch them. You can hug them. Spend just a little bit of time on building that relationship, and I guarantee you things will work out a lot better within your family and your community. That's all I got to say, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here with us. Thank you all my guests who are here today. Shout out to BRS, BBs, UPC, all our sponsors, Idea High School, Julia, everybody, man, the whole KKMG family, POP Pickle City, South by Southwest 2022 will be here. Remember always, I want y'all to leave here and I want you to stay dangerous. I want you to stay woke and I want you to be the light of the world. I'll let y'all next week at the same time. All right? Peace. Okay, now we're done. I gotta see how I gotta stop this, y'all. Cause Ted done took off. There you go. Ted, play my music so I can leave, man. Play my music, white boy. Play that fucking music, white boy. Ted, play that fucking music, right? Play that fucking music, white boy. Play that fucking music, die, die.
I don't think that was a part of this, sir. I don't think that was part of it, sir. I don't think that was part of it, sir.
I appreciate y'all for coming, though. I thank y'all for coming. I had a good time. Good time. Judy, I'll get you back on here next week. A few bars. A few bars. Look, he talking about a few bars. Ted, y'all can't read all this stuff, but he getting ready to get it on here. All right, Julia, thank you so much. I'll see you next week if you're free. We chop it up some more about some other stuff too.
All right, too easy.
All right. What up, Pickle B? You ain't here? Yeah. Trying to hit up my little mama.